can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 11 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gators will kick it off to get us underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to him. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did, and I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. The option look. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Florida.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Coffee. Finds his big tight end. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Florida!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The offense set for a first down play. Here's the handoff. Finds a crease at the 20. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. There's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes. And it's just a physical mindset of Auburn. And they're always that team that wants to run the football.
They go to the ground. He breaks a tackle. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shug Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Gators have pushed it inside the 20. Trying to find his man on first down. Looking for the end zone. Picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red zone, these windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You've got to be so much more precise, and as a result of being late on the throw, they turn it over in the red zone.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Scanning the field, it's Coffee. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes the catch down the right side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. He goes out of bounds. Did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown Gators! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They'll throw it on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. And I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll run play action. They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's complete! And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida! He's in doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the offense on first down. He's looking to throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Feeling some heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. And they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They'll go to the ground. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This kicker bragged that he can kick an 80-yard field goal. He'll settle for a 59-yarder here. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Oh, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to scramble. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Second down after that incompletion. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Back to throw, it's Bagway. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sideline and be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. Fires and picked off. Trying to take it back. Inside the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Now on the option. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Coming out with it, it's Kane. He makes the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the 2nd half. Fair catch called for and made. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. He's now over 150 yards on the day. They're finding ways to get him the ball, much like the Gators did in '07, getting it to Percy Harvin, who had 100-yard receiving games and 100-yard rushing games that year.
He was just such a weapon. When you got weapons, you learn how to use them, and you learn how to deploy them in all kinds of different ways. If I'm Florida, continue to find ways to find that guy, because whether zone, man, whatever, he wins.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Glagway. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
He'll pull it down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on 4th.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Through the raindrops, the ball just squirted right through him. He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about. And the defense, with help from the officials, will push this offense back. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. With the catch, it's Coleman. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
1st and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football, you can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside.
Lets it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And Reese, listen, we already know. He already threw the interception in the last drive. We got to get this together. This is a couple bad plays that we put together now. If I'm an OC, I'm going to make this simple. Maybe I run the football. Maybe I get him a screen. Something easy maybe to get him a little bit back in a rhythm.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's his 4th interception of the night.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there. That option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker, you can tell, locked in on the quarterback, chases him down, gets to him, and not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle, gets him on the ground.
Dumps it to the back. And his throw is incomplete.
Offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, you know, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw him to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that.
Going for the big play. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown Gators! And the pummeling has started. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the...
He's loose. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, what a move. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Fakes the grab on the left. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
It is so easy when you're a defensive player, when you watch a little misdirection of the ball go one way to turn and to run. That's not my job. My job is to stay home. The defensive did a good job of that. Defense stayed home, made the play.
On 3rd down, going up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
They'll go to the air. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score. Florida, 37.
Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Here comes the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Florida 37, Auburn 13.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking downfield to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Quick pass on the fly motion. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got second and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got third and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way, an advent.
Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's why this quarterback is such a big weapon, guys, because in this area of the field, they can call these design QB runs, get the extra blocker at the point of attack, and go score it. And they showed you that physicality there.
He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive down 2 possessions. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Second down coming up. Wide out in motion. To the air. It's Lagway. He's got his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on third down. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down.
And that's a play the defense had to have, right? You're down in the game. Offense wants to stay aggressive and go for it on fourth, and they're throwing it. All you got to do is get one stop, regain the momentum, give it back to your offense, and they could not come up with the play.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. He's now over 150 yards receiving. Might be worth noting that Taylor Jacobs holds the single-game record with 246.
Yeah, and when he's got speed on the outside, find him, bro. I mean, those guys that are going to make plays, those are the guys I'm going to feature and continue to find. And so far, he hasn't disappointed. So if I'm Florida, I'm going to keep exploiting that matchup.
The Gators are threatening in the red zone. Looking to throw it again. Makes the catch. It's Daniels. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
Really nice job by the quarterback. Hey, a lot of quarterbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He got it. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. North Texas has the lead right now. The good folks in Denton have been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over FIU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and
off he goes. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Now 2nd and 10.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Yankee Blue. Yankee Pilot.
He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Chambers. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Floating away. Throws toward the end zone. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Got it.
Line getting set on 2nd down.
Easy.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They'll try to get the first through the air. Dances away from the heat. He'll pull it down and run. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs.
And that's good enough for a first down.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking